Devi sir, pranam.
Live.
Good evening, Music Veranda. We are live on YouTube. So, over to Rohini Bansal. We are celebrating and cherishing World Science Day for peace and development. And we have a lot of scientists today. So, here we go.
Good evening, everyone. Myself, Dr. Rohini Bansal. I am a scientist, a biotechnologist, and an entrepreneur to be. We have today we have with us Dr. Shweta Bhansali. She is an entrepreneur and she is a PhD in nanotechnology. And we have Dr. Aderonke with us. She is a PhD in organic chemistry from Indian Institute of Science, Bangalore, and she is already um, owning her own business. She's an entrepreneur and she has been working in close quarters and helping the community in Lagos, in Nigeria. So, and we are going to have a few more guests in some more time today at the World Science Day for Peace and Development. This year's motto and this year's theme is towards it's a decade of science for sustainable development through innovations. So this is the era for innovations which are directed towards improving the community, the sustainable solutions. And I'm sure everybody here connects with them very well. I would like to ask Dr. Adironke and Dr. Shweta their point of view and how science innovations with especially with examples are helping in building a sustainable community for tomorrow. Dr. Ronke, over to you.
Thank you, Dr. Rohini. Good evening, everyone. Namaste, Auntie. It's nice to see your beautiful and handsome faces. And I'm grateful for the invitation to join this conversation this evening. I am glad to join the conversation about science and sustainability. And I will expatiate on the topic as it relates to my local environment. Currently, I'm in the southwest part of Nigeria, and well before I came to India for a PhD, I had interest in sustainability in water research. And that prompted me to look for ways to, you know, mitigate some of the effects of water pollution. So I started a research basically trying to use low cost materials to screen wastewater, basically to make wastewater clean and reusable. That was where I started it. And we tried to use agricultural materials, especially waste, what agricultural materials that are considered waste, like husk, pods that are thrown away and eventually they will get burnt. So we started with that and we made a headway. Unfortunately, I couldn't continue that research before I had to go leave for India. And when I came back after my degree in India, when I came back, because of the concerns for environmental sustainability, I was caught in between this research again and I had to go back. And I will try and relate this talk briefly as it relates to my business. I run a small business that deals with local fabrics that are dyed locally and by not machine dyed, hand dyed. And we call it, there's an industry for it, we call it tie and dye. It is majorly located in a city in the southwest of Nigeria called Abeokuta in Ogun State. And you see generations upon generations doing this kind of business. You see old women teach their young women how to do it, and they also it goes like that. Unfortunately, because of the amount of dyes that are used in making these local fabrics. It turns out that the water after they have finished dyeing are just, discharged anyhow they like. And it became a problem because after discharge, nobody cares about what happens to the organic, inorganic dyes they've used. Nobody cares about the toxicity, level of toxicity. Nobody cares about whether that water is going into the wrong way or is eventually entering a particular river. So that drove my desire to go back into that research. And what have we been able to do? We went back. I actually work with a professor in a university in the southwest part of Nigeria. And what we were able to do, along with some other colleagues, is to look at that problem in a holistic manner. We went to the localities where these women carry out the tying and dyeing process. So we collected the wastewater from the dyeing process at source. And eventually we discovered that that is what is happening on a larger scale in the industry too, because the effluents from the industrial waste are just discharged in, and rain torrents carry them into the Atlantic. We have the Atlantic Ocean right here in Lagos, and eventually all the aquatic animals on the food chain are being caught up in the web of taking up organics and all sorts of toxic materials. So what we did was we tried and we went back to the researches that we have conducted on a lab scale. And we went because when you do something in the lab, we most of the time will not try to expand it to the industrial setting or the large scale, obviously because of funding. So what we went back to do is take the samples that we have developed in the lab, take it to these women that does tying and dyeing, and educate them on the need to treat the wastewater from their tie and dyeing process after they have finished the water, and enlighten them that that water is still reusable for their dyeing process. So in two ways, we are mitigating the effect of toxic materials in the environment because the local materials that we are producing will trap the dyes right within them. And secondly, you are having a wastewater that can be reusable for the dye process. So in the little way we can, we are creating the awareness, even though we are still looking for support to, broaden the awareness. But in as much as we know, orientation matters first, especially to people that are in the rural areas. This place I'm talking about is not a rural area, but majority of the people who carry out this tying and dyeing process are semi-literate people. So we had to utilize the fact that they have children who are in school. So we have to utilize orientating their children and making the children know the effect or the toxic nature of what their parents are doing with the dye and the wastewater being thrown away. And then eventually getting the message in the local language to the people who are dying and involved in the tying and dyeing process. So in this way, in two ways, we have been able to introduce science in a sustainable way by mitigating the effect of toxic materials through the use of local agricultural waste. And eventually, we are able to retrieve water and reuse that water in a way that is not detrimental to human health. So it's a
I would
it's
just
a
like to
big
interrupt
process.
here. So sorry, and because we have
Yeah,
some
yeah,
more
yeah.
people, and I would just like to welcome them. So
Okay,
Rohini, we
please
have
go ahead.
Padmaji, we have Smart here. So please, can you go ahead and just welcome them, and then we can go back to the topic subject. Over to you. Yes.
Thank you very much, Ronke, for telling us the solution that you gave to the community. By the way, moving to organic dyes is not easy because the normal dyes cost is 20 rupees per kilo and the organic dyes cost about 5,000 rupees per kilo. So the cost of everything goes up along with it. Next speakers that we have here are Miss Padma Natarajan.
I'm not going to speak, Rohini. I really came to attend it to be with all of you. Um, and if I have something to contribute, I will definitely do. But I really am not a specialist. It's just that I believe in whatever you people are saying and doing firmly. And I would like to be a part of this, but I really have no speech or anything.
Padma ma'am is a senior faculty at Alliance Francaise de Delhi, and for more than 35 years, she has been an interpreter for French interpreter for the head of the state of Indian and French government.
Amazing, amazing. Thank you so much. We've heard
But she
so
has
much
a lot
about
to
you,
contribute.
and it's so wonderful to have you. And we really hope that you please keep coming for our session. So,
I would love to.
Rohini, if you allow me, I'll just like to share a little about Music Veranda since we have such
Yes.
eminent people. So, Music Veranda is a community to heal the world. It's a movement rather to heal the world through music and connection. And we have blended these ethos with sustainability, well-being, and sensitivity towards environment. So this movement is a global movement, and it's so nice to have people from all across. So yes, so we can request Shweta to also contribute something, and then you can continue. Rohini and Shweta, over to you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Anila ji, for introducing all our great guests who have joined us today to Music Veranda and how it is healing everyone through music. So we also have Smart sir, who I had the opportunity to meet recently and learn so much from him. He is a guru to me, I would say. He taught us though marketing lessons, but if I have to tell about his intro, it is like a big thing that he is doing. But just to tell in a small word, he is a global communication specialist and a workshop leader. He has done workshops with Bank of America, Grey Worldwide, Gulf Oil, HSBC Bank, and whatnot. He has also worked with India, Nepal, Africa, and USA. He has led workshops everywhere. And amongst, if I have to talk about the educational institutions, he has done in Balaji Institute of Modern Management, Copenhagen Business School, Denmark, Four Business School, New Delhi, Management Development, Gurgaon, and also LM Thapar School of Management, Thapar University. And still, it just continues, and many federal governments he has worked with, Australia, France, and Malta. So I am so very happy that just an hour ago, I sent him the message that if he can give his valuable time just for a few minutes and his presence in this celebration of World Science Day, and he's here. So thank you, sir, for joining us, and we welcome you to Music Veranda, and we would love to hear your viewpoints on World Science Day for peace and sustainability.
Good Lord, thank you very much, and thank you all for welcoming me here. I am not in any way related to science. Okay, I think I failed most of my science subjects. I failed mathematics. And I think I am really awed by the number of people you have, the kind of people you have who are talking about science. So I think in this gathering, I will be much happier if I'll be a listener rather than a speaker. Because I remember a few years back, I got very interested in quantum physics. And I tried very hard to learn about it. So I caught a guy who had done work in Caltech in theoretical physics. And he explained me once, which I promptly forgot the second day. Then after 2 months, I caught him again. He explained me all over again, which I promptly forget the next day. So it went on till such time as he gave up on me and he said, sorry, nothing can be done about it anymore. So please, I won't take your time. It was a very generous and gracious introduction to me. I'm not all that, but I really am very interested in listening to what you all have to say for whatever little time I'll be here. Yeah. So over to you guys. Thank you.
Thank you, Smart sir, still for your presence, and so humble and so grounded you are that you're being modest, that you're not all that, but for me, you are all that. And I also welcome with a very, very open arms, ma'am, Padma ma'am, and also Dr. Ronke to our this discussion of a very, very important, I think, the journey that is going on since a decade for peace and sustainability. That the movement was started, though I have to tell you a hack, Doc. Would you like to listen, Dr. Rohini? So the hack is World Science Day started on the first World Science Day happened under UNESCO. It started on 10th of November 2002. But before that, the National Science Day, which was India started our National Science Day on 28th of February 1987 in honor of Sir C.V. Raman, who actually introduced us all of the scientists to Raman spectroscopy. And so we are celebrating Science Day from much before, but this contribution or this thing is much, much wider. It is worldwide because they want to bring people also together, how they can use small scientific, I would say, solutions to make the living more and more sustainable. So let's see what people also have to say, not only the scientists, I would say, how they are making it sustainable. And I'm sure Dr. Rohini and Anila ji is the great example of that, because she is using a lot of sustainable solutions at her home. So Anila ji, we would love to know if you would tell us 3-4 things that you do that makes it more and more sustainable.
Thank you, Dr. Shweta, Dr. Rohini, for inspiring us to curate this program. In fact, in the morning only, we realized that today is this day, and we just thought, and we realized that this day is so significant, and it should be celebrated on a much more bigger scale, because we are interpreting science with development most of the time, but science is a tool which has to be interpreted, and it has to be diverted to many things like peace, sustainability, environmental sustainability. So, and Dr. Shweta and Dr. Rohini, both of you, through your research experiments, I've seen that you are actually focusing on sustainability. So I congratulate you for that. And yes, I'm not a scientist, but in my own ways, in my very own gentle ways, humble ways, whatever I think, because I'm a nature lover, I'm an animal lover, and I really believe that this planet should be, it belongs to everybody, and we should take care of this planet. We should nurture this planet, and science can play such a big role in that. So that's all that. So I'm so grateful that Music Veranda has scientists, and I think together we can collaborate and we can really find big solutions. So science means solutions. And we have to actually find solutions which are more conducive towards these world peace and sustainable development. So yes, let's please take it up from here. Padma ji and Smart, and I'm sorry, but how to pronounce them?
Ronke. You can call her Ronke.
Okay, and Ronke. Okay. So yeah, we'd like to hear more from you people, in case you have anything to suggest and say.
No, I just wanted to tell Smart that unlike him, I was a science student in school, and I was an all India bio topper. But I did very well in mathematics, but that's where it ended, because after that I started specializing in French. So the only contact that I have with science now is my love for nature and botany, plants, trees,
She's also a dog lover.
lichens, and I love animals just like Anila. And I think that all of us have to really learn to coexist with nature. All the things that we used to do so naturally, everything has got completely ruined. So we have to go back to normal coexistence. And the place where I'm living, it's a fight every day. Everyone, we have an RWA group, and it's so full of hate for stray dogs, monkeys which are coming, bees are chased away. I mean, people are crazy. They don't understand how important bees are. I mean, so it's not easy. We are living in a society which has become extremely insensitive to the larger realities of life, uh, about sustainability, about the planet at large, about the food chain, about peaceful coexistence. So, anyway, I keep trying from time to time when people become really, things get very unacceptable. I send a message and that's it. In my own way, I try to do things that I believe in. But linking to science, I agree with uh, Anila, right? I mean, science is always equated with development, but that's not that's not the right path. Science is solutions, and I think all of us use scientific solutions without realizing it on a day-to-day basis. I'm sorry, I'm so much of platitudes, but
Thank you so much. In fact, Padma, this is what we actually want. We want the sensitivity quotient to come with science, which is missing. So once the sensitivity quotient comes, then the development will be sustainable. That's what I believe. Shweta, am I right on that? You have
Yes.
something to add? Yes, please go ahead. Yes.
Definitely. What Padma ma'am just said and Anila ji, you are saying, it makes so much of sense, because what we are associating always, science is not, yes, it does play a very big role in development. There are so many things happening because of science, all the innovations that people are using in daily lives. Now we have moved to AI and chat GPT. So definitely it is happening on a very, very large level. But we have to understand, we don't have to forget our nature, because through that we are living. Actually, we're not living just like that. If oxygen is coming through that, we have to find out the ways in which we can preserve that as well, not exploit that just for our own benefits. So how we can preserve it is the need of the hour. How we can make it more and more sustainable. Like, for example, just a very small thing that people do these days, and Anila ji always talks about, is the peels of the vegetables. People just throw it away. Go and feed that to cows. There's no harm in that. It is waste to value, a very big thing that every organization or every government is working on, because that waste is only polluting our rivers, our land, and air. So how we can make waste to value is a big addition to sustainability. And I would love to know.
Shweta, I think you are right. So a lot of solutions has to come in this area, especially waste segregation, waste treatment, and all these things. Environment. A lot of scientific solution should go for environmental protection, environmental conservation, etc. Yes, thank you. Because there's enough development, there's no limit to development. We have made ourselves so comfortable. Humans have made ourselves very comfortable because of a lot of inventions. Now we really have to become more sensitive, and we have to. Yes, Rohini, you have to add something.
I think we don't need science for conservation. We need common sense for conservation. We need science for revival and for sustainable solutions. The problem is that we are still working, like trying to do conservation using science where actually it is not needed.
Yes.
We have learned that we just need to use our common sense for conservation.
Thank you. Yes. So I think, yes, you can invite your Nigerian friend and
we have one more guest with us today, Dr. Paule Joseph. Hello, Paule. So
Nice.
she's a faculty at NIH Bethesda, and she's a chemical biologist, right? That's how we call ourselves. Okay. So she's a chemical neurologist, and she works in the field of taste. And she's one of the 40 under 40 women in 2023. So so she's in great way related to science, and she has witnessed changing America. So I'm sure she would have a lot of pearls of wisdom for us, where she can enlighten us about using science for sustainability solutions for communities. Over to you, Paule. Thank you.
I am so sorry that I had activity and I just joined because Rohini asked me to join virtually. But hi, everyone. I'm Polly Joseph. I am one of the investigators here in the National Institute of Health. And I've met Rohini for a very long time. And like, remember the prompt of the question? Because I just literally joined.
The question is that, okay, what is your point of view about science and peace, like using sustainable solutions, science and innovation solutions for peace and sustainability?
That's such a great question. Yeah, no, that's such a great question. I think that in general, many people don't know that what we do as scientists and how science can actually has advanced over so many years and allows us to, when we think about peace, it has allowed us to even, find answers to questions that, we all have, like, from basic molecular biology to advances in clinical research. I think if we have humans that are healthy, that understand the contributions of science to that health, this is where we can actually think about how we have evolved and have peace right now. But I think that one of the fundamental issues that we have is that scientists really don't do a very good job at really explaining what we do and how our findings have really impacted, humanity as it is today. So I think that I really appreciate this invitation. I'm sorry I don't have anything more articulate to say. But we can think about the different innovations as well. I mean, even AI, like I don't think a lot of people are talking about how AI can be viewed towards this lens of change and how it can help us achieve peace, maybe globally. And I think part of that is really being able to extend knowledge to areas and people that don't have the knowledge that us here watching or us that are here on this call have. Right. So I think that like one of the fundamental things as we think of innovation, we need to go back to the basics. And the basics is educating the community, educating people about scientific findings so we don't have that much misinformation and disinformation that has plagued the world as we know it right now. And I think it's that plague of misinformation and disinformation that is creating a lot of turmoil and a lot of war all over the world. Because one person knows this, the other person doesn't know that. And, one of the things that I have learned over many years is that when the truth is not shared, people feeling the narrative. And as scientists, we need to be able to really dismantle those things and being able to communicate, like science results and what we do to the public. My internet went off. But last thing I said is that, knowledge, for me, knowledge is the key for peace.
Wow,
Can
very
you all
well
hear me?
put. Knowledge is the key for peace. And of course, I agree with Pauline that this has been one of the greatest innovations of the 20th century because I remember Minority Report, but yes, because this has taken knowledge to the, to the remotest places on this planet through Google and YouTube. So people in the remotest places of these planet, if they want to, if they have an innovative mindset, they can just YouTube and Google and learn a lot and build a lot starting from there and innovate a lot. Yes, thank you, Polly. I agree with you.
You're welcome. And I promise I will be better prepared next time. But I didn't want to leave like Rohini telling you no is very difficult.
Yeah, thank you so much, because this show was just curated at a very short notice. We none of us is prepared, but we just wanted to share our hearts, whatever we feel. So thank you so much. It's been like really, really kind of you to come at such a short notice. And we are celebrating World Kindness Day on November 13th. So I would request, let's all get together and let's speak about,
Yes.
let's celebrate the Kindness Day with more enthusiasm. So yes, Shweta and Rohini, how do you take it ahead now? I think we can continue because we have invited the guests at short notice. So
Yeah, I mean, it was like really amazing how people are coming even after inviting them for like just an hour before and everything. And being here and present here and contributing in the best way possible. And I love what Dr. Pauly just said, that knowledge is what is needed for peace. But I will just add, there are always pros and cons. So let's use the knowledge in the right and positive way to make the peace happen. Because we are also having a lot of technological wars. So to stop them, the knowledge should be used in the right manner. Though I agree with the quote completely, but what happens sometimes, thank you, Dr. Paule, but I loved your quote literally. And I was just going through some of my favorite quotes and I come across this one, which I would love to share. The greatest gift science gives us is the ability to solve problems and create peace. So that is what science is all about. Science has been here in this world, God knows since when. But our minds, human minds, are going from one step to another. There was not even a moment when people must have thought that the AI will be writing an email to us, actually. I don't think so. Even a decade ago, we would be thinking about that. And also, 2 decades ago, nobody would have thought we will have a device in our hand and we will be talking to each other through messages. So much of innovation in the right manner. But then again, why knowledge should be taken in the positive and the right manner? Because it is exploiting the mind of the young people. If you see children of today, they are on the phones all the time. They have left like playing in nature or anything. So that shouldn't happen. That shouldn't take away the learning from nature also. Then only they will know what sustainability is all about. Otherwise, only on phone, they can only learn what is written from their book or definitely whatever they are searching on Google, which mostly people don't know if they haven't put the children YouTube. So yeah, what do you have to say, Dr. Rohini, about this?
I see that everybody is switching off their videos. So yes, that's something. Please put on your faces. Thank you. Well, I'm so proud to be here right now with, participating with such awesome people and listening to their point of views from all over the world. And, actually people who are doing groundwork towards, community building. Like I would just talk briefly about Music Veranda. Anila is the founder of Music Veranda, and Music Veranda has three verticals. Chopal, which works with elderly people and helps them deal with their loneliness, organizing physical meetings and music evenings. The second vertical is Green Veranda, which works towards sustainable solutions for community. And the third vertical is Music Veranda, which is working towards healing the community through music and connections. It is working. This right now that we are doing on Zoom is a talk show on Music Veranda, and every day we have 9 to 10 p.m. musical evenings here where people can just join and sing their hearts out. So people are also invited here every day now that you have the link. And yes, so from our like each and everyday life, as everybody has pointed out, we can contribute, and charity begins at home. So just by taking care of every kind of garbage, segregating every kind of garbage, it starts from there. Like segregating your closet is cleaning your mind. When you clean your mind, you clean your garbage as well, right? And make the maximum like value out of waste, right, Shweta? So yes, make sure that we recycle, reuse, and what is the third R?
And reinvent.
And reinvent. Thank you, everyone.
Thank
I
you. Yes. Yeah, Shweta. Please, over to you.
Yeah, no, I would love to hear from Dr. Ronke because she's been now listening only. So I would love to hear,
Yes.
because it is literally what just Dr. Rohini said. It was an honor to have viewpoints from Dr. Ronke, though Dr. Paule must be having some prior commitment that she had to leave. Even her viewpoints and even Padma ma'am's viewpoints. So we would love to hear from Dr. Ronke also. What would be like the best way of, as you are doing it in those parts of Nigeria, as you were telling us, different sustainability solutions, then can you tell us like what could be one solution that every human being can easily like use and take care of?
Thank you, Dr. Shweta. It's an interesting conversation, and I'm glad I joined this evening, even though I practically had to make out time. I'm glad I joined. I have a saying right in my own that whatever you want to, it's a personal conviction actually, that whatever you want to introduce into the society, you start it as a personal project, and you start it from your own home, because it takes a lot of effort to convince people about sustainability. We have to be frank with ourselves. We are human beings, we have our own ways of doing things, and it's difficult to convince another person about your own line of thought based on the way you see things. However, if you can project ways to live sustainably in your own home, and say, I like the benefits, then it will be easier to convince the other party or the other individual about going the same way. Like the example I gave earlier while I was opening the talk, it was at first it was difficult to convince this women. It's they'll tell you they are using river waters, that they are not spending money to buy water. So it's difficult to tell them about reuse. They'll tell you the water is coming from the skies and it's going back to the ground. They're not paying any dime to get water. So, but we have to orientate them about the detrimental effect of what they are passing into the water and what they are discharging. So it took them a lot of time to process. So, but eventually, some of them are now buying the idea of reuse. So, personally, I feel the issue of sustainability has to do with what you practice in your own home as a personal person, and as a personal obligation, rather. And then you can project it maybe to your siblings or to your parents, and then make them see reason. And by the time you can, bring 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 people into it, then they will understand the importance. And if you are very fortunate and blessed, you're able to communicate with somebody that is influential in the society, or someone that people respect, then they can take the message to, to a larger audience, and you see a lot of people adopting it and becoming a way of life. But before it got there, one person actually took the challenge to, pass on the sustainability information. I have a slogan in my house for my children. I tell them, no wastage. So they know that they must not take a portion of food they cannot finish. Peradventure, they can't finish it. Then subsequent meals will not be given to them until they finish the previous one. So it's like an home rule. And when they go to school with their lunch boxes, the first thing when they are coming back, they tell me, Mom, I finished my lunch. Mom, I finished my snack. And they tell me people in their classes who did not finish their lunch, who did not finish their snack. And if there's something happening and they couldn't finish any of the food, most of the time the lunch will go. Most of the time the snack is what is left. Immediately they are coming in, Mommy, please, can I wash my hand and eat my snack? I said, yes, go ahead. It takes a lot of effort to inculcate those little habits. That's what I call it. Little habits that improve the overall sustainability of our lives, of our environment. Just like Dr. Shweta mentioned about AI, I find it difficult at first to use ChatGPT, in all sincerity. And as a teacher, I eventually hated, let me use that word. It is a strong word, but I'm using it. ChatGPT, because I found out my students are using it in a very improper way during project write-up. So I had to reorientate that this is the benefit of ChatGPT, but it should not replace, so there is no way we can talk about sustainability that we will not talk about the abuse part.
Thank you
People
very
tend
much,
to
Ronke.
abuse
I'm so
a
sorry to interrupt
particular
you.
thing
Thank you very
before
much.
they learn. Yeah, yeah, yeah. You're welcome.
Am I audible? I'm so sorry.
Yes,
Thank you
yes,
very
you
much,
are.
Ronke, for telling the importance of habits that are that actually with time we inculcate in our youth to improve our surroundings and our society. Padma ma'am, uh, are you with us?
I was just going to type in the chat. I've just started typing. I'm so sorry, but I have to leave.
So please tell us about one small habit that we can develop towards sustainable goals before you leave. Thank you.
Composting organic waste, having a kitchen garden,
Kitchen garden.
keeping water for birds or some grains, trying to invite bees, which I'm not succeeding in. Einstein had said that if bees were to become extinct, mankind would survive for just 2 or 3 years. I don't know how many years.
Yes.
I have tried my best. I've tried to plant. I live in a DDA flat, but I have made a kitchen garden on my balcony, and I tried cultivating, planting vegetables which need bees to pollinate them. But unfortunately, for the past 2 years, no bee is coming here.
So have more of grass, flowers, ziphiranthus in your garden.
Yeah, I'm trying all kinds of things. So I think these are little things that all of us can do. And I so
Have more
agree with
garbage.
you, Rohini. I
Garbage पे तो
agree with
हमेशा
you
bees
about
आती हैं.
cleaning the cupboard, getting rid of things that you don't need anymore, giving it, like whenever in my car, the boot is filled with things that I don't need. And all the children who beg and stuff, they never ask me for money. They ask me, Didi, get me a red shawl or give me oil for my hair. So they never ask me for money. So I usually have stuff in my car. So we can do all these I do a lot of little things. I'm so sorry I have to go. I really,
Sure.
I want the music part of it. I don't know when you guys are going to do it.
Well, if you want, we can ask somebody to sing something for you if you have a favorite song or
We
something.
have every day from 9 to 10 p.m. musical
I
evening.
will join.
Yeah. But
I'll join.
yes, thank you so much. Thank you so
Bye. And I was really happy to attend this. And
I will
I
remind you.
love Rohini. She's been one of, I've been teaching for Rohini, it's my 40th year of teaching. It's such a sobering thought. And Rohini is very special to me. So that speaks volumes because in 40 years, I think I've taught, I don't know how many, 50,000 people or whatever, but Rohini is very special and different from everybody else. Highly sensitive, has a beautiful mind. It's only because of Rohini that I'm here. I cannot say no to her. But I have to go because
sure. We understand.
you won't
Totally
believe it,
understand.
but I have a class which is going to start because I have accepted a tuition class for the Alliance for somebody who lives in Canada. So that's why I have to go. It's going to
That's
start in
okay.
1 minute.
Yeah, sure.
Bye.
Thank you so much.
Please come tomorrow.
Thank you so much. Yes. So I think, Rohini, we can wrap up this session. It has been a wonderful session. At least we, on this day, I don't know uh, how many sessions of this kind have been conducted all throughout the world. But I'm so happy that we have done one at Music Veranda. All credit goes to Dr. Rohini and Dr. Shweta, who came forward to curate this beautiful program. So on that note, thank you so very much, everybody. And so Music Veranda is in a movement to heal people through music connection. And we are fostering sustainability, well-being, and environmental sensitivity. A big thanks to everyone. And thank you, Ashwin ji, for joining. Thank you, Shashi ji, for joining. Any two lines of any song that Rohini or Shweta, if you can remember, you can please sing for us. Sorry? Yes.
I think, Dr. Rohini, we can ask Shashi aunty only to sing few lines, and then Ashwinji, just few lines so that we can end the beautiful session of sustainability on a beautiful musical note.
Okay, would you also like to sing some song from your place, please?
No, I will be very glad to listen to Indian songs. I miss them. So I'll be very glad this evening to listen. Thank you.
Yeah.
You are mute.
Ronke, listen me. One song.
दो लाइन कोई गा सकते हैं तो गा दीजिए. Just two lines and Ashwin ji you also.
करे पुकार प्यार का राग सुनो प्यार का राग सुनो रे हू फूल तुम गुलाब का क्या जवाब आपका जो अदा है वो बहार है आज दिल की बेकली आ गई जुबान पर बात ये है तुमसे प्यार है दिल तुम ही को दिया रे प्यार का राग सुनो रे दिल का भंवर करे पुकार प्यार का राग सुनो प्यार का राग सुनो रे थैंक यू रोंके के लिए
Very beautiful, very beautiful. And one more thing, I would like to, a big salute, love, and respect to the scientists, Dr. Rohini, Dr. Shweta, and Ronke. and Ashwin is also connected with science. So a big, big, big salute to all of you, because scientists are such pure people. They're so perseverant. They're so hardworking, and they're actually, their purpose is to create solutions, just not for themselves but for the world. So thank you for doing whatever you are doing. So Ashwin ji, कोई गाना हो जाए आपसे?
Hello all. Hi Ronke. Hope you're doing good.
Yeah, I'm doing great. Hello, Ashwin ji. Good evening.
Do you listen to Hindi songs?
Yes, I still
Yes.
do.
All right. So I'll try one. One from Shah Rukh Khan's film, Ye Dil Deewana. Like, Ye Dil Deewana, Deewana hai ye dil, दीवाने ने मुझको भी कर डाला, हाँ दीवाना। मैंने उसके शहर को छोड़ा, उसकी गली में दिल को तोड़ा, फिर भी सीने में धड़कता है ये दिल। मैंने दिल से उसे निकाला, जो ना करना था कर डाला, फिर भी याद उसी को करता है ये दिल। ये दिल दीवाना, दीवाना है ये दिल। दिल की खता भी है क्या, मुझको गिला भी है क्या, इस दिल लगी के सिवा दिल ने किया भी है क्या। आशिक है ये चोर नहीं है, मैं क्या करूं, दिल पे मेरा जोर नहीं है, मैं क्या करूं। आशिक है ये चोर नहीं है, मैं क्या करूं, दिल पे मेरा जोर नहीं है, मैं क्या करूं। ये दिल दीवाना, दीवाना है ये दिल। थैंक यू।
That was beautiful. Thank you so much.
This is
Thank you.
beautiful.
And thanks for the reminder too. I miss India. Thanks
Yeah.
for bringing that
Thank you.
मैं
music
हिंदी में
closer.
बोलूं?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Consider
I
this
do.
as
रोंगटे को मैं हिंदी में बोलूं?
invitation.
हिंदी में
I
बोलूं रोंगटे के लिए? मैं रोंगटे के लिए कुछ हिंदी में
Definitely,
बोलूं?
I must sing it. I must visit. Definitely.
Yes, yes.
रोंगटे को मैंने आज 12 या 13 साल बाद देखा है। रोहिणी बता
Oh.
दो।
So she's telling that she has seen you after 12 or 13 years.
Honestly,
11
Auntie,
years.
that's true.
11 years.
That's
Last time you saw her
true.
was in 2013.
Yeah. That's true.
हाँ 11 years, 11 साल बाद।
Yeah.
चेंज है बहुत।
You look very stunning. I've been just admiring you. So beautiful.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
So good. And like while Ashwin and Shashiji were singing, I think with science, music, because our subject is science, music. Music is also a very important component of our talk show. So music,
Yeah.
how it can be integrated into science, and it can actually create a lot of peace and healing and serenity, which is so much needed in today's time. These are the things which is needed. That's what we keep saying. There's enough development which has happened. Now we really need things, which can take us to on the path of peace and healing and sustainability. Thank you so much. So, can we wrap up?
Yeah.
Yes. So thank you everyone for participating today. So what are the takeaways from today? Make sure that we recycle, reuse, reinvent. The power of habits. So we clean our space, we clean our mind, we clean ourselves, we clean our home, we clean our surroundings, we clean our community, and we clean our planet. Charity begins at home. Thank you, everyone.
And I would just like to make a quote towards the end that through the lens of science, the world can be harmonious. So use it wisely and use it in the most positive and correct manner. Don't make the wrong usage of science, and try to spread love, smiles, and